Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe flies home to freedom. Jet carrying British charity worker who was jailed for 5 years on spying charges takes off from Tehran Airport, after Boris said talks to liberate her went right up to the wire. British-Iranian mother Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe has now left Iran where she had been detained since 2016. Ms. Zaghari-Ratcliffe and fellow detainee Anousheh Ashoori travelled to Tehran Airport to depart country. Prime Minister Boris Johnson had said negotiations were moving forward, but going right up to the wire. There had been nervousness about situation, with the pair not considered free until they were on the plane. Detained British-Iranian mother Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe has left Iran after nearly 6 years in detention and is returning to Britain today, amid claims London has settled a long-standing £400 million debt to Tehran. The 44-year-old charity worker travelled to an airport in Tehran today to come home to her family in northwest London along with another detained British-Iranian, Anousheh Ashoori. According to their lawyer Hojat Kermani, Mrs. Zaghari-Ratcliffe and Mr. Ashoori were then handed over to a British team at Tehran's International Imam Khomeini Airport. A source close to their families later told the Reuters news agency that both had left Iran. There had been much nervousness in Whitehall about the situation regarding Mrs. Zaghari-Ratcliffe today despite her being freed, with sources stressing that she would not be considered free until she was actually on a plane. Mrs. Zaghari-Ratcliffe's family's local Labour MP Tulip Sadiq said, "Nazanin is at the airport in Tehran and on her way home. I came into politics to make a difference. And right now I'm feeling like I have more details to follow." The mother of one had her British passport returned over the weekend. And Mr. Kermani said, both of them are on their way to the airport in Tehran to leave Iran. Iranian judiciary officials also confirmed she had been released. Mrs. Zaghari-Ratcliffe, a project manager with the Thomson Reuters Foundation, was arrested at Tehran Airport in April 2016 and later convicted by an Iranian court of plotting to overthrow the clerical establishment. Her family, including husband Richard, who has led a campaign to free her for years, and the foundation deny the charge. She had been held under house arrest and unable to leave the country after her release from prison. Mrs. Zaghari-Ratcliffe, who served most of her first sentence in Tehran's Evin prison, was released from jail in March 2020 during the pandemic and then kept under house arrest at her parents' home in Tehran.